This is Greater MSP Business with Cindy Brucato.
Marketing and advertising agencies have to use all kinds of media, like writing a message in the snow. But the Übergrün marketing company in Minneapolis uses only natural resources like snow, sand, moss, and dirt to create advertising for some of the biggest companies in the world. And we're with Björgvin Saevarsson, the president of Übergrün. Thanks for joining us today.
It's a pleasure.
You started out in financial services. Why did you decide to change careers?
It was a lifetime career. I worked in mergers and acquisitions, and in 2009, it was the beginning of the recession. We all saw the world changing in front of our eyes, and people were changing, less became more. We saw the merger and acquisitions were changing, banks were different, people were very different. Green became a topic that people wanted to do. We became more mindful about each other, about the world, and yet we didn't see a change in the message. Merger and acquisition weren't going anywhere. I had a background in international marketing, so I figured, well, let's go and take care of this niche. Let's help people navigate the green space efficiently.
What made you decide on doing advertising in this way, using natural products as opposed to traditional advertising?
In the Twin Cities, the greater MSP area, we have science, we have incredible creativity, agriculture, we have so many resources. And we just need to find a way to bring that message out more efficiently. We are really, really green, and yet we won't claim the green space. And the number one, it all goes to California and Europe, and so we felt very strongly that we should start claiming that here, set the base for that here in the Twin Cities.
Who are some of your companies and clients?
We worked with General Mills and 3M here locally, a couple of other smaller brands, but most of our clients come from California. When we started out, the first 2-3 years, half of all the calls came from Europe, and yet we have no idea how they heard about us. And most of our projects were in California and the West Coast.
What are some of the materials you work with?
We work with moss, snow, any sort of plant you can think of. Solar, using magnifying glasses to create a message. We use dust, volcano dust when that's fitting. Anything you can imagine. If it's in the earth, we borrow it temporarily to create a message, and once the message has run its course, it goes back into the earth.
Right. This is a closed system in a way.
In a way, yeah. 100%. Everything we do is 100% environmentally friendly.
We do have a very strong ad industry here, and there's a lot of competition for talent. How do you find the people that you need?
We don't necessarily look for advertising people, people from the industry. We look for passion and for the root. Passion for not just the environment, but for people. We look for excellence. And when we have that base, the passion for the cause, we generally, we achieve excellence. We never make a mistake. Every project we've ever done in our 7 years is 100%. We are able to overcome the challenges. What we do is essentially, it's not advertising the way we know it. It's bringing out a message that you see one time, you want to touch it, feel it. It speaks to the senses. So you see it, then you feel it one time, you remember forever. You take a picture of it. And advertising, and I don't mean to be uber critical on advertising, but it's predatory. It's unfriendly, it's often very ugly in the public realm, and we just wanted to offer a way that is more people-friendly, something that is environmentally friendly, socially friendly, and works a little bit better.
Well, you mentioned advertising being a little friendlier. I don't think you get any friendlier than a gorgeous apple, which you have engraved here for Greater MSP. I love MSP. How did you do this?
So this is chocolate frosting. So this is using white chocolate, which we engrave into the apple. And this basically lasts as long as the apple does.
Which only lasts until somebody puts it in their mouth.
Yep, exactly. People will eat your brand if you don't mind.
Well, thanks again today to Björgvin Saevarsson from Ubergrun. Thanks so much.
Absolute pleasure.
For Greater MSP Business, I'm Cindy Brucato.